Hi, today I'm going to talk to you about teacher anxiety and teacher stress. I feel like it's a subject that doesn't really get addressed as much as it should. This is probably going to be more than one video because my memory card is low, so I may have to record the second half later. I have experienced teacher burnout, teacher stress. I have anxiety. Many people do. It's not something you should be ashamed of, but you need to know how to handle it. So I found when I was having my worst bout with anxiety and teacher stress, I found this book by Brene Brown, and it's called Rising Strong. And this book has so many things, so many inspirational quotes. There is no greater threat to the critics and cynics and fearmongers than those of us who are willing to fall because we have learned how to rise. I mean, there are just so many things in here, and she talks about all the different things that you can do to kind of help relieve your anxiety. There are a lot of things. You should limit caffeine. You need to limit your caffeine. Another thing that you can do is positive affirmations. So Brene Brown, if you look her up, like she has YouTube, she also has, if you're on Pinterest, you can look at Brene Brown quotes. But if you do positive affirmations, that helps a lot. So these are some that I just made. I know they're silly. They look like something a child would draw. But this is just something that I sat and I reflected on when I was having a really hard time one year. And it just says, you only fail when you stop trying. I am worthy of the respect of others. Just little things like that. They sound silly, but just doing it and saying it to yourself, it really will help with depression. I've noticed too that sometimes when you have anxiety, you get sick to your stomach. So I found these candies. These are ginger candies. I got them at the vitamin shop. You can also get them online. They're lemon, or you can get the regular flavored, and they help with nausea. I also found that taking some of this, some omega-3, and also some coconut oil. I take 1 teaspoon every day. That also helps with my anxiety. Scent is also very important. I'll talk about that in my next video. Another thing is just making a 30-day bucket list. So you need to take time for you. As teachers, we're always thinking about everybody else. Like, you may be a mom, you may be a wife, you may be like a dog mom. It doesn't matter. You have stress in your life, and you have to figure out how to manage that. As teachers, we want to get everything done. We want everything to be perfect, and that's just impossible. And I find so many teachers comparing themselves to others, and you shouldn't do that. You are you, and you are unique. One of the things that will really help you, and what really helped me, is to make something called a 30-day bucket list. So it just says 30 days. You don't have to actually do all of these things, but you sit down and reflect, and you think, if I had 30 days to live, what are some things I would want to do? Now, nothing that you actually can't do, like fly to Paris, but like, what are some things that you would just like to do to unwind? So some of the things that I said was, like, I would like to take a cooking class. I would like to do some kickboxing. That really helps relieve stress. Go bowling more. Rubik's Cubes, pottery. I would love to do pottery. Also, I started doing art. You can color, especially these little mandala books. These are really good for anxiety. Just take the time for you. Reading a book that you enjoy. Nothing teacher related, just a book that you can enjoy. Those are all things that will help with anxiety. Having hobbies will help. You have to limit how long you stay at school. So what I do is I put a time limit. I go in early, and 2 days out of the week, I will stay late. Out of those 2 days, I do not stay past 5 o'clock. And then I will not stay late any other day. No matter what's due, it's going to have to wait. You cannot put pressure on yourself. I think I'm going to leave off here and start the next video to give you part 2. So if you're dealing with stress and anxiety, please watch the next video for more tips. I've been through this, and I'm just trying to give you tips on how to handle this and things that you can do. Do not be ashamed to have anxiety. Do not be ashamed to be stressed. You are a good teacher. You are a good person.